We are in the heart of earnings season, and SoundHound, ticker symbol SOUN, reports today at market close. Get prepared for what's going to happen in this video. Let's go. All right, here we are, SoundHound earnings day, and it's going to be a fun one. I know how much all of you love SoundHound out there in YouTube land, so I have to put this video together for you. So let's jump into the chart. We're looking at the daily right here, and for the longest time, going back to March of 2025, I've been following this channel, which has really held as support for quite some time. And you can see that the resistance was established back then, but the support started coming in, building out this lower supportive trend line on August 1st. And what we can see that has happened since then, it would touch the trend line, push back up into that resistance, touch the trend line, push back up into that resistance, nearly come down and test that supportive trend line, push back into the resistance, actually got above it here and made a new recent high of 2209 on October 16th. And then what happened from there, sticking with that theme of breaking out of the channel, it collapsed, fell down. It did bounce a small bounce here, got rejected off the 10-day exponential moving average, and then fell. You can see it got a little bit of support here off of that 50-day simple moving average on November 3rd. But since then, we have dropped down below that 50. And that's the first time we've been below the 50. We have to go back to July 30th. And yesterday's candle, November 5th, was a bullish candle. And we have a bullish harami setup. That's when the candle body of the closing day fits inside of the previous day. It's almost an inside candle, but this lower wick would have to be in the body. So we have really invalidated this channel, and we have to look and see, all right, with earnings coming up, what is going to happen today? And let's just take a look at what happened in the last few earnings reports. So if we go to August 7th, you could see that we did have a nice gap up when we were sitting right here on this 50. So nice support there, pushed higher, and that led to a push into the top of this trend line, and we hit a recent high of 1709. So we had a gap up there. If we go back to May of this past year, this was when there was still tariff weakness out there and uncertainty and fear. We had a gap down, and this high, this intraday high here on May 8th was 986. It actually gapped down to 895. So the market sentiment was weak at that point. That's why we moved lower. And then if we come back over here to, we're looking at February 27th. We did have a gap up, got above the 10. This thing made an intraday high 2 days after of 1159. And then you could see it rejected from there. So two of the last earnings reports, we had gap ups. And then if we go back to November of last year, what did we have? We were on a little bit of a run. We pushed up, and then we did gap down, consolidated before pressing higher. Even if this thing does not gap up or move higher, if it does drop, being that we are back in this time period here of the holidays, November and December, it could consolidate and start a push, because last December is when it made its all-time high up there of 2496. So what does this mean for us? What is going to happen here on earnings for SoundHound? We could see that we are near oversold levels on the RSI. We're starting to see a little bit of momentum creep back up. In fact, at pre-market right now, when I'm recording this, we're at 1594. But notice we do have these thick volume nodes right here that we're going to have to bust through in order for this thing to push. And we have a thin volume gap through here that could take us up to 1758. But what we want to watch to see is if we do get some strength, if we do get a good report, if we do get great forward guidance, if we can reclaim this channel and get back inside it, then we do have an opportunity to press back up to the top of that channel, which would take us to a price point of 2182. So I'm not saying that's going to be an immediate gap up large and it's going to hit that 22 right away. But what we would like to see is, for the bull case, a gap up in to the channel once again, and then a slow grind higher back up to 22. So that would be the bull case. Now, the bear case, what could we potentially see here? That's where we have to look at our moving averages. We have our 100-day which right now is at $14.19. That would be the first target. But if you look at the point of control down here at 1257 and also the 200-day simple moving average, we have some confluence of support right here. These are the two areas that we want to watch. So we're going to watch 1419 for the bearish case, and we want to watch 1231 for the even lower case. Let's say that things come in really bad, but notice we have quite a bit of volume here. The point of control, we have that 200. So potentially we can come down here, test it, consolidate a little bit, and then let's see if SoundHound can go higher. So there you have it, SoundHound earnings. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see what happens. I will go over their reaction to earnings in this weekend's market preview video for next week. And let me know down in the comments, what do you think is going to happen? Do you have a SoundHound position? And where can this thing end up by the end of the year? We do have to be sensitive that there is a little bit of uncertainty in the markets right now with people talking about us being in an AI bubble. That can impact SoundHound, being that they are an AI sound company. So we want to see what's happening there. But if we have a strong bullish day today, if the sentiment is positive, and let's say that we get a resolution to the government shutdown, that's going to create bullish conditions for SoundHound, and it can rocket ship. So thank you for joining me for the video. Make it a great day. And as always, honor the moment. Take care, everyone.